If you're in the UK, you would have seen the uproar in terms of the grooming gang. There is a huge thing in terms of the House of Commons at the moment with laws on how to try and protect our young people from grooming. Some people would argue that people are trying to make this a race issue. Others would argue that no, they just try to protect British children. The thing I believe is that if we can get ourselves out of whatever camp we sit in and make our focus about the children and the victims, we stand a better chance of being able to achieve the outcomes that we really, really require. Regardless of where you're at, if you are in the UK or wherever part of the world you're at, our media have now become one of sensationalized, and it's about who gives the biggest shock. If I say the grooming gang from this country, and I believe that that's more likely to get you to be angry and offended, then that's what I'm gonna do. And that's what's happening right now. Whilst that doesn't take away from the fact that that event actually happened, the children that were taken advantage of from Rotherham, unfortunately, it happened to be a huge population of men that are from a certain culture and religion, which is the Muslim faith. It doesn't mean that they are the only ones that are responsible for undertaking those sorts of despicable behavior. It is, for starters, it is unacceptable that any man would think that that is the way forward. Any man would think that you need to abuse a child in that way. You take advantage of a child in that way. And if they do that, then there needs to be consequences for that. The bottom line is that it happens across the board. It happens where there have been white men, men from the Islamic faith, men from the Christian faith, men that are Catholic that have done that. So you've got the vicars and fathers that have done that. And most recently, quite close to home. But because we're so caught up on which race did what, immigrants did this and we need to be able to deport them. How about the ones that you can't? The ones that are actually British or American or Nigerian or whatever citizen that are in your home. They are part of the system that consistently behave in such heinous way. How about them? The point is that it is unacceptable. The victims deserve better. And that needs to be the focus. The victims. The victims are the focus. And if we can focus on the victims and how we make life better for the victims, then we're more likely to be able to improve the situations for them now, but ultimately for the children of tomorrow. It is unacceptable. Don't get me wrong. It is unacceptable that these men have done this. But I also believe that sometimes in trying to play this political ping pong, the people that are caught in the middle of all of this are these victims that are looking for an answer. These victims that really want people to be held accountable for these crimes that they've committed. Because then they will be able to kind of move on For some of them, they haven't moved on. And hearing all this that's going on just makes it even more devastating for them. I think one of the things that was being said is there needs to be another inquiry, but you've already had one. And it took 7 years to arrive at this. So say you are a victim and you're now, for example, 20 or 22, you're looking at another 7 years to be able to go through this inquiry again and not have any sense of closure. How does that seem fair? And in the meantime, we're going to keep debating who did what race they're from, whilst other people in the background that are not being spoken about continue to abuse, like this one I'm talking about, who is a white male, has taken advantage of a white child in a white home. People like that just get looked over. Again, I don't believe it's about race, ethnicity, or culture. I believe it is about these individuals and they need to be held accountable. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Bye for now.